Hello, everyone, and welcome to our class on the use of NoveList, one of my very favorite databases that we offer here at the Keller Library. First, just a little bit about me. My name is Anne Flanoy. I am the Adult Services Librarian here at the Keller Public Library. That's not me in the monkey suit. I'm the one next to the monkey. Today, we will cover what NoveList is, how to find it, and how to use it. I will also highlight some of the more exciting features NoveList offers and how you can put them to work for you. At the end of the class today, hopefully you will be able to feel confident in your ability to use it as a tool whenever you need and for whatever you need it. First, just a word about what NoveList is. NoveList is a database offered for free from the library to library card holders. Users can learn more about books, authors, genres, fiction and nonfiction for all ages. It is an excellent tool to find new books to read, find titles or authors based on other books you may have already read. It's also a great resource for book lists, book discussion guides, and a whole lot more. Now, to access NoveList, you will need to either be on site at the library, or if you're off site, you will need to be a library card holder. There is a link to all of our digital resources on the library homepage. You can see here in this tile here, this is what the digital resources link looks like. Also, right below that, there's a link directly to the NoveList database here if you're just wanting to get straight to NoveList. Now, if you're on site at the library, this link will take you directly into the database. But if you're at home or you're using your laptop in the library, you'll be prompted at this stage to enter in your library card credentials. Because this is a subscribed database, you will need to be a library card holder to get into it. So just remember that your username is the number on the back of your library card, the whole number with no spaces, and the password is usually the last 4 digits of that same number. You may have personalized that password at some point, but it's usually that PIN number. Now, just a note, I know we service a lot of Fort Worth Public Library patrons, and at this time, the Fort Worth Library does also subscribe to NoveList. So your library card will get you access, but you won't be able to get there through the Keller Library website. So make sure you start at the Fort Worth Library's website and find a link to NoveList through them and use your library card number there. The NoveList site is the same. You would just need to access it through your library. Now, there's 2 main ways to use NoveList, browsing and searching. First, we'll discuss browsing or looking around with an open mind to see what's there, like looking around at the grocery store without a list. This is how you can stumble across your next great read. So this is a screenshot of the NoveList homepage. From here, you can browse by target audience age, tone, genre, recommended lists, feature topics, and more. And as you can see from the menu at the in the middle of the page here, it does default to adult. But if you're wanting to browse for different ages, teen, 9 to 12, or 0 to 8, you can switch that here and your page is going to look a little bit different. NoveList also prompts you with some tones here that you can browse by tone. Just remember that these are not static and they're going to change based on what NoveList is featuring. And they're especially going to change if you opt for a different age group. You're not necessarily going to have suspenseful and compelling books for ages 0 to 8. And as you can see here on the left of the screen, you can also browse by recommended reads lists, which again, you can limit by age group and by fiction or nonfiction. Now, NoveList does feature some nonfiction books. It is heavily focused in the fiction area, so it's a little more comprehensive there, but you may have luck looking at some nonfiction titles as well. There's also a browse by menu at the top of the page. Selecting one of these options takes you to a whole new homepage that will be organized around the focus that you've selected. So based on your user preference, it may be easier for you to digest information that is sorted by genre rather than theme, or by appeal, or even by award winner. Each of these browsable pages offers some unique features that you can explore a little later. But you just need to decide for yourself what works for you. Next, we're going to discuss searching. This is what you do when you're looking for something specific. So like at the grocery store, you have a list. You know you want a book by a certain title or a certain author, or a book that has a specific feature. You use what you already know to search the NoveList site. So the default search on NoveList is a keyword search, and you can perform this type of search just by entering text directly into the search bar at the top of the page. If you want, however, you can use the drop-down menu to be more specific about your search terms. Using this feature can be pretty handy if you are using particularly ambiguous terms. For instance, if you want to search about, like a search for a title by William Shakespeare, but you don't want to get a whole bunch of results about William Shakespeare, then your search would perform better if you search by author rather than keyword. Otherwise, you're going to get anything that has William Shakespeare as a character, as an inspiration. It's set during Shakespeare's time, and it can just be a little more specific this way. You can also use the advanced search tool to perform more exact searches. But honestly, the keyword search is pretty good at interpreting your search and finding what you need. So the search bar, the keyword search is actually really good at handling complex search terms. So just like you're used to doing in Google, you can type just about anything into that keyword search. So you can see here I've done women in STEM, 7 deadly sins, and social media and teenagers. And you can see it's found relevant results for all of these different complex terms. Once you perform a search and you're presented with a list of results, it's likely that your results list will be larger than is ideal. Just like with a Google search and you get millions of hits, they're not all going to be relevant. So NoveList gives you some great tools to refine your search by audience, fiction versus nonfiction, publication date, which uses this fun sliding tool. And you can also apply some additional limiters here if any of those apply to your search. Additionally, you can further filter your results. Now, filters are different because they change depending on what you're searching for. So this list of character filters is custom to the results that I have from my search. So you're not going to see all of these character terms every time you perform a search. Just like over here, you can see the 40s and the 50s are missing because there weren't any books from that time period in the search results. So you can use any of these to help you narrow down and find the right result. The idea behind all these refinements and filters is that you will end up with a very short results list that you can browse very quickly and find the perfect title. So let's take a look at a title in NoveList so you can see exactly what you can learn about it there. So as you can see from this record here for The Testaments by Margaret Atwood, it includes some basic bibliographic information such as publication date, author, series, etc. But it also includes the series title and the series position in the series, the volumes position. So this is number 2 in the Handmaid's Tale series. I particularly think this is helpful because there are a lot of times you have a book and you cannot tell from the book itself what series it's in or what volume in the series it is. So if you're wanting to find out all of the books in the Handmaid's Tale series, you could click on this link. It's a clickable link and it will take you to a page for that series. You can see what all the volumes are in order and you can make sure that you are reading the entire series if you want to. This page also includes information on storyline, pace, tone, writing style, all useful data in helping a user quickly decide if this is the right title for them. It also includes full text reviews from scholarly journals, information on audiobook production, and then lists and articles on the NoveList site that include this title as well. Also super interesting, I think, is this read-alikes panel that is on every title page. So this is particularly useful for a reader who has a favorite book. If The Testaments was your favorite book, you could come to this page and find read-alikes here and potentially find another book that you also would love. So from the title page, there's a number of functions that the user can take advantage of. This record can be printed, emailed, downloaded, or saved to a folder on the NoveList site if you create an account. It also includes links to the series page, which we mentioned before, the author page. All of these items in blue are links. So in the Read Alikes panel, you can link to this book, and then you'll be on this book's title page. Also at the bottom of the record, there's this area where you can use these characteristics to search for more titles. So let's say in the Testaments, you really enjoyed that it was set in Canada, that it was a first-person narrative, and that it was literary, but you weren't real keen on the science fiction elements of it. So here you could check off the elements that you really liked and leave the ones that you didn't like unchecked, and then perform a new search, and it will give you some new titles. Now let's look at an author page and see what we can learn from NoveList about the authors. So as you can see from this authored record for Robert Galbraith, NoveList provides, again, some basic bibliographic information, as well as a brief bio. It also lists data on the author's genres, characters, pace, tone, and writing style. A list of the author's titles is also presented here under the Books tab, as well as information on audiobook productions, series, and then more information about the author. And again here, super helpful is a Read Alikes panel, but this time it's author Read Alikes. So these authors have similar traits to the author that you're looking at here. So as with the title pages, there are a number of functions we can perform here from the author page. Again, we can print, email, download, or save this record. It also includes links to the author's title pages. Again, anything that's blue is a link. And then again, here at the bottom, we have the option to search for more authors with similar characteristics. So if you really are wanting another compelling author who writes with an atmospheric tone, you can check both of those boxes and search, and NoveList will give you some results there. So now that we've gone over some of the basic browsing and searching of NoveList, let's talk about some of the more interesting special features that you can use NoveList for. First, there's these fun helping readers pages. These are professional articles written for readers. They're not written for librarians or authors or publishers. They're written for the actual reader, and they cover everything from genre basics to trending topics. It could be a good place to start if a reader just wants to learn more about, say, a new genre. You stumbled across a science fiction book and you just really loved it, but it's the first one you've ever read and you don't know if you're really gonna like more science fiction. So you can look at this page here, the Helping Readers page for science fiction, and find out what is science fiction? Am I gonna like more of it? What are the key important titles in that genre? Next, we have lists. These are curated lists on a wide variety of topics. So you can find a list about just about anything. So as you can see here, I found one on the Holocaust. All of the titles and authors are, of course, linked to their pages. And then let's say you were on the title page for this collaborator book here in the middle. There would also be a link to this list on that page as well. So you can see you can get a lot of information from what lists this book is in as well. These lists are printable and shareable. Another great feature is the book club resources. This is where I plug our library book clubs first too. We do have 2 adult book clubs. They meet monthly. One meets in the daytime and one meets in the evening. We also have a tween book club going on right now that is reading through the Harry Potter books. And we would love to have you join in any of those. For the NoveList book club resources, they provide discussion guides, articles, inspiration for book clubs, just looking to pick their next great read, or plan your next meeting. It's all there. And lastly, I just want to point out these fun keeping up pages. These are linked on the home page and they lead to new home pages basically, and they're devoted to specific niches with all the articles, information, lists, authors, awards, and titles from a particular area all collected into one page for you. So these are great for readers who have a favorite genre or someone who only reads one genre. So if you only ever read Westerns, you're only interested in Westerns, you can focus on this keeping up page that's just for Westerns, and it's just going to give you what you want. So now I really want to encourage you to try it out for yourself. Log into it on your own computer, pull up NoveList, try some of the basic functions, make sure that you can get in with your library card. If you have any trouble with access, or if you have any questions, you can email us at library@cityofkeller.com or call 817-743-4840, and that'll connect you directly to a librarian who will get you all set up. Just want to say thank you for your time, and I hope you get as much out of NoveList as I do.